Today we look at a political figure of significance who time and again keeps making headlines. Here's Kamala Harris, the Vice President of the United States of America and a phenomenal member of the political class of the USA. Kamala is not just the first female vice president, but also the first African American and Asian American vice president, making her the highest-ranking female official in American history in over 200 years. That's quite a list of firsts. Have you ever tried to predict the vice president's net worth? She's reportedly amassed considerable wealth, spent the majority of her career working in politics, and equally established herself in publishing and real estate. As President Joe Biden's right hand, Kamala receives an annual salary of $235,000. It goes without saying that Harris's political career doesn't begin with a vice presidency. Prior to then, she held a number of positions. Let's look at how she advanced up the political ladder to become the first vice president and how her background shaped her to succeed in that role. Although she's put in a lot of effort into acquiring her enormous wealth, she doesn't enjoy it all by herself because her husband, Douglas Emhoff, gets most of the credit. So what is the couple's net worth, and how did they come to have so much money? Curious to know? Stay with us until the very end to know everything there is to know about this 55-year-old political tycoon. Kamala Devi Harris was born in Oakland, California in 1964 to Shyamala Gopalan, a Tamil Indian cancer researcher, and Donald J. Harris, a senior Stanford University professor of economics and a Jamaican American. After the birth of her younger sister, Maya, Kamala's parents divorced when Kamala was just 7. Kamala went to Westmount High School in Quebec and graduated in 1981. She then relocated to Washington, D.C., where she attended Howard University for her graduate studies and earned a degree in political science and economics in 1986. During her time at Howard, she volunteered as an intern mailroom clerk for California Senator Alan Cranston. Harris's education did not end there. She enrolled in the University of California, Hastings College of Law, and earned a Juris Doctorate degree in 1989. As a result, she was invited to join the California Bar in 1990. Kamala began her career with her appointment as the Deputy District Attorney for California in 1990, which kickstarted her journey of becoming a successful prosecutor. In 1998, she prosecuted gang assault, drug trafficking, and sexual assault cases. In 1998, she was appointed as San Francisco's Associate District Attorney before being given the opportunity to lead the office's Professional Criminal Division. Harris advanced through the ranks, eventually taking office as San Francisco's District Attorney in 2004. She won the 2010 election for California's Attorney General, making her the first female and the first African American to hold the position. Fast forward to 2016, Kamala Harris handily won the election and was sworn in as a senator for the U.S. and became the chamber's first Indian American member. In addition to her other responsibilities, she started serving on the Select Committee on Intelligence and the Judiciary Committee in 2017 when she gained office. She earned a reputation for her prosecutorial method of questioning witnesses during hearings, which brought criticism and occasional interruptions from Republican senators. Shortly after, Harris declared her intention to run for the 2020 Democratic presidential nomination. Following an initial rise in support, Harris's campaign was in serious peril by September 2019, and she withdrew in December, citing financial shortcomings as the reason. She did, however, continue to keep a prominent position, particularly by rising to the position of a leading proponent of social justice reform. Some of those who had criticized her for not looking into allegations of police wrongdoing, including disputed shootings, during her time as Attorney General, were silenced by her actions. Others, however, believed that her support for reform was only a political ploy to take advantage of the public's growing interest in social change. Kamala Harris became Joe Biden's running mate after accepting the president's request and was chosen as America's 49th vice president in November 2020, becoming the nation's first black woman to hold that position. Harris's wages soared in tandem with her reputation. The VP has a $5 million estimated net worth as of now. When the vice president was named San Francisco's district attorney in 2004, Forbes claimed that she made more than $141,000. The following 6 years saw a steady increase in that wage, ultimately reaching a high of $202,000 in 2010. Her work earned her a pension that would be worth at least $250,000 in today's terms, in addition to great compensation. Fortunately for Kamala, her marriage to Emhoff in 2014 added to her wealth. Douglas Emhoff, a partner at the DLA Piper law firm, specializes in entertainment and intellectual property law and works out of the firm's offices in California and Washington, D.C. On their joint tax returns, Emhoff has said that their yearly income exceeds $1 million. A thorough financial disclosure form was submitted by Harris to the government after she declared her intention to compete for the U.S. Senate in 2015. The report indicated that the couple's combined assets and liabilities, excluding personal residential real estate, were worth between $1 and $3.9 million. Additionally, reports indicate that Emhoff sold more than 20 ownership positions in companies with a history of legal issues, including Mondelez International, Hess, CBS Health, and Oracle. Kamala made available 15 years' worth of tax returns in April 2019. The couple made about $1.9 million in 2018, according to their returns, which was the most significant finding. Their primary source of income, which totaled almost $1.4 million, was her husband's legal services earnings. According to the same 2019 financial statement, her family is in charge of assets ranging from $2.5 to $6 million and liabilities, largely in the form of mortgages worth about $3 million. The majority of their liquid assets are held in retirement accounts and mutual funds. The pair reportedly paid $697,000 in taxes and $27,000 to charity as well. The vice president's income fluctuates from time to time, unlike the president's, which has remained at $400,000 since 2001. Right now, the vice president makes $235,100 a year. Harris's income as vice president, however, is far higher than her salary as a senator from California, which was $174,000 according to Senate.gov. She is also eligible for a write-off of up to $100,000 for any expenses related to being a vice president, and she can live at the #1 observatory circle for free, just like all previous vice presidents. Politicians frequently have high salaries, but this does not always reflect their underlying wealth. The political class typically amasses a significant personal fortune in addition to their salary from the government through investments, real estate, income from books they have written, and other public appearances, as well as other sources. The vice president also has some real estate investments. As the nation's vice president, she currently resides at the Naval Observatory in Washington. Before mortgage obligations, Kamala and Douglas are the owners of a number of properties with an estimated $8 million to $10 million in worth. Mr. Emhoff spent $2.7 million on a house in the Brentwood section of Los Angeles in 2012. The house is currently worth about $5 million. Harris reportedly paid $1.8 million for her DC condo in 2017, and she offered it for a whopping $2 million. And in 1998, when she relocated to San Francisco to take a job as district attorney, she spent approximately $300,000 on an apartment in the city's Soma neighborhood. The vice president did, however, sell it for $860,000 in 2021. The enormous sums of money Kamala Harris received through her numerous book deals also make up a significant portion of her net worth in addition to her political career. She released Smart on Crime, a career prosecutor's plan to make us safer in 2009, and in 2019, Superheroes Are Everywhere, a children's picture book which garnered notable attention. The Truths We Hold, An American Journey, her autobiography that she also published in 2019, has sold over 200,000 copies in the United States and brought in over $320,000 for her. According to Kamala's tax returns, she made $879,000 exclusively from writing. But if the recent past is any indication, the short-term sacrifice ought to pay out in the end. There's no reason to believe that Harris, a national role model for Black Americans, Asian Americans, and millions of women, won't land a multi-million-dollar publishing deal as soon as her term ends. What are your predictions on her trajectory? Let us know in the comments below.